Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly Grim and Perilous Master today, because today we're carrying on with our ongoing campaign playing Cubicle 7's outstanding fantasy RPG, Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition. And we are using the excellent Salzenmund City of Salt and, Salt and Silver for our campaign, which is cleverly titled Salt, Silver, and Sin. And with me today are the stars of our campaign, the grim and perilous players themselves. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing today? First up, we've got Darren.
Hello there, I'm playing Alan Coulson, who is, he's had a career change. He's moving to the bounty hunter career now, and as always, he's got his lovable family pet Astrid alongside. You know,
it's good of him to get some up close experience with bounty hunters before going into the career too. It's definitely
that's a real eye opener.
Really, yeah. Good to see what you're getting into before you get into it. Next up is Graham.
Hi, I'm Graham, and I'm playing Ruthard Bellis Dingfelder. He is an Owler smuggler, and is being dragged by a new group of friends into some, well, is it a higher purpose? I don't know. Don't know yet.
Next up is Sean.
Hey, I'm playing Thognoth Barrickson, a dwarf of the Cragforge clan that is an Ironbreaker.
Very nice. And last but certainly not least, it's John.
Everyone, I'm John. I'm playing Talthir of Manon. He is a sailor priest of Manon.
Nice.
And recently training to be more melee oriented.
Ah, yeah. He didn't like just getting hit a whole bunch of times? That's shocking.
Nope.
Okay, so guys, we had Sean wasn't able to join us last time, and Graham, I think, got about 30% of what we were saying, maybe. Yep. So let me move us over. I'll remind us that we were back in Salzenmund last time. What do you guys recall having happened last time? What a pretty city, my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, we started off with a bit of downtime. We was doing a bit of sort of activities while we had a bit of downtime. And then Alwyn got himself into a little bit of mischief with, well, he didn't do anything wrong, but his friend from the a couple of nights back, his drinking friend, reported him of being a bit of an outlaw. And he was arrested by a couple of bounty hunters, as we just said. So he went quietly, and he was taken to the courts, but begged his innocence. And one of the bounty hunters sort of took a bit of pity on him. He believed that he might be telling the truth, and allowed, two of my companions to speak on my behalf. So Talfa and Katerina sort of came to the court, sort of backed up Alwyn, and managed to get him released, basically. And with that, this Pavel, this bounty hunter, agreed to take on Alwyn as a sort of new apprentice. So that was how he sort of changed his current career path. He's now heading down that route. So that was Alwyn. A lot of people were thinking Talfa was being sort of rumored to be associating with some dodgy people like Alwyn and maybe Rutard. So yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, he's not that popular at the moment in his place.
Yeah, at least
but luckily, the main man there, he's still quite pleased with Talfa. So,
Talfa's been the Wavelord Auto Cider has been basically taking Talfa under his wing just a little bit, and putting him in charge of a mission, and it's causing strife amongst those who didn't like him already in the church. So So yeah.
It's
Yeah.
tough to be teacher's pet.
Well,
Well, Rutard has started making moves towards becoming a soldier, so he's again taking a different career path, moving away from the sort of Alwyn's take on it, moving away from the illegal stuff a little bit more. What else did we get up to? Mother Agatha requested for Katerina to get involved with the two families once again that we were escorting to the wedding, the Kreutzfelds and the Darrenbach, I think.
That's correct. Yeah.
So we're going to be looking to travel back to their sort of family lands. So we've arranged to meet up with Aaron, the sort of mercenary bodyguard for one of the families that had come back with us. He was going to come with us, the Sigmarites, and a witch hunter, I think.
Yep.
Are all planning to take that journey.
Yeah, the Sigmarites are a bit miffed that one of their the higher priests got pretty much murdered.
Yeah,
And they're out for blood.
yeah. So Talfa and Katerina have been sort of put on the mission to go along and try and keep the peace, probably, because it looks like they're definitely out for blood. So yeah, Aaron is going to
There
come
may be a
with us.
difference of opinion between Talther and Katerina as to whether that's appropriate or not.
Well, yes.
Yeah, I think Talfa was ready to get rid of the mutants, whatever, at all costs, sort of thing. Whereas Katerina, I think, was looking for a more peaceful.
Talther is of the mind that violence is going to happen one way or the other to resolve the issue, and he's decided siding with the Sigmarites is the best option. But
He's sick of being on the side of receiving the violence. It's understandable.
well, Manon is fickle, and his priests, you know, they change like the wind.
So yeah, I think where we left it, we were going to try and get off to all the elites and do a bit of gathering of information before the rest of this sort of group sort of gathered, and we set off for the journey. So yeah, I think that's where we left it.
Yeah. Thognoth, any questions about that?
Did we get the money back from the boat thief?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Katerina caught him and actually converted him towards her church. Very well, actually.
Yeah, that was in the previous session. Was you not there for that one either?
Last time I was here was April.
Missed.
all right.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay.
Gosh.
Yeah. So Katerina caught him in the act, and managed to impress him so much with, a few words of wisdom, etc., that he was turned over to the church, and everyone got all their money back. So yeah, you didn't lose anything.
Yeah.
Several of us did banking downtime activities just in case.
All right. Any other questions, Thognoth?
And if you wasn't here for that session either, we did get rid of the curse box to the priests of Moor. So we delivered that to the priests of Moor. Other than that, it was a bit of downtime again, and the two priests checking in with their churches, mainly getting promotions, and a bit of downtime. Yeah.
So you'll have 2 endeavors you can complete, Thognoth, and we're going to roll for events for you retroactive. We'll add in what's happened here. So if you have, I'm not sure if you had any endeavors that you wished. Everyone has taken either a banking or like cash or stashing action, and I think did both Rudy and Alwyn take the retraining endeavor, or?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
Talther did a training endeavor as far as boosting one of his non-class skills.
Okay.
Nice.
So Thognoth. Do you have?
I'm let's see, I had some money to burn like you can spend your money if you want before.
What are you thinking?
And I'm thinking repairs. That's what Thognoth's thinking. He's like he could open up his own repair shop and keep the guy busy, I think.
Really? Yeah. You need to be hiring a maintenance crew, a pit crew, if you will.
Yeah, because his let's see, his dwarven warhammer was damaged, his breastplate was damaged, his open helm of perception.
At the risk of opening a wound, is the warhammer, is that the one that got lost, or is it the axe got lost?
No, that's the axe. That's the axe. Thank you.
It'll sound like a backhanded compliment. Congratulations on keeping your hands on one of your weapons. So that's good.
The open helm of perception is damaged. The bracers are damaged. Plate leggings are damaged, and the shield's damaged. So it's six silver for the warhammer, 3 gold for the breastplate, 4 silver for the open helm of perception, 32 silver for the bracers, 3 gold for the plate leggings, and 6 silver for the shield is what I came up with from Archives 3.
Yeah.
And
I'm having flashbacks to playing Oblivion right now.
Yeah.
repair.
Yeah.
Are you able to roll that, Thognoth?
Yeah, actually. So, 8 gold, 8 silver is what it all comes out to, which is also why I was asking whether we got our money back from the boat.
Yeah.
So yeah, that leaves from that 9 gold. I had 9 gold stolen, and so from that 9 gold, 8 gold, 8 silver was used for repair. Would be used for repair, and would leave 12 silver after everything got repaired.
Yeah. Okay.
Talther's going to cover a gold of that expense for you.
Oh,
'Cause you protect the party with that stuff. So
Talther.
Oof, it's
All right,
a dangerous
I encourage the
precedent.
rest of the party to help as well.
Thognoth's going to be see. There you go. You can open up a protection racket here, Thognoth.
Listen, I already have one. I'm going to do an income endeavor. It's already part of the gig.
So
It's already part of the gig, my friend.
So-
That's money to burn, and then my endeavors. I was planning on banking and income.
Banking income, you got it. Okay, so looking at the dwarf book. What do you call it? Oh, it's weird. No, that came out beforehand. The Death Steps came out in print. I got my copy this week, which means that the Dwarf Player's Guide probably is not far behind, because that was the next thing that came out and that I printed ahead of time. So
I did watch a little bit of what I could of the prior sessions, and but Carl's not here. I don't know if Carl's role added 20% to people's income. I don't know if that would affect mine. He's not here though. I don't know.
no, it would for you. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. But you need a events table roll from me, perhaps.
Yeah, I do, but hold on. I'm getting the. Did they rename Ironbreaker? Here we go.
Ironbreaker.
What tier are you right now?
I am
Level, I guess, in this game.
Let's see. From the list we were doing before, it's the 3rd level, so they called it Ironbeard in the Horned Rat Companion.
Oh,
at
okay.
least.
Yeah, Iron Drake in this. Ironbeard is the 4th ranked tier now.
Gotcha.
But melee basic remains the same profession. So what I was looking at is what skill you use for.
Yeah, gotcha.
So, okay. Then go ahead and give us. It is a challenging. Is it challenging?
I will throw out there. I don't have a full suit of for at least under the
Right.
under the Horned Rat Companion.
Yeah. So all it means, and you do need the Gromrail plate and a closed Gromrail helm. None of this open bullshit. Thognoth. What you need, it just means that you're not going to get the social standing. Everything else you'll still track, and you can still train in that thing. Okay. Would you give us a? Hold on. We don't roll. We don't roll. Yeah, you just gain extra money. What is so for the rank you do qualify for where you need the Gromrail weapon? What is the social standing for that? Or the status?
Silver 3 is number 2, level 2, silver 3.
Okay.
Nice.
Because that was in
Silver 3.
Where is it? Oh, here we go. Silver 3, so it's 3d10.
Okay.
And you said, Katarina's event gave 20% extra?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so give 3d10, please.
There you go.
16. All right, so it's 1.6, 3.2, so that'll be 19.
Right. 19 silver.
Okay.
Not bad.
Awesome. You know, you should go to a bar for sure.
Probably. Although I hear there's a lot of thieves in there, but yeah, definitely.
All right, then would you give us that percentile roll, please, Thognoth? Let's see what you got for events.
There we go.
Thank you. Oh, no. Ransacked. Before you can undertake a banking endeavor, your stash is raided and all your money is taken. If your money amounts to less than 1 gold crown, the thieves also steal your most highly valued trapping. But I think, fortunately, because of your income endeavor, you've pushed it over to have more than 1 gold.
Yeah, it's definitely more than 1 gold, yeah.
So, Thognoth, tell us what you think is where you thought it would be a safe place to stash your... I guess here's an upside. You are going to have another endeavor now. Because you could take banking, but you have 0 money.
Right.
Why don't you tell us how it is that you managed to lose?
Is there any possibility it's the same gang?
I think there's a definite chance that Thognoth believes that. Practically speaking, I don't think at all.
It's clearly the same gang.
If I might make a suggestion, perhaps it's like while you were getting everything repaired, you were so busy with like micromanaging the manlings who were repairing your armor that you were not paying attention to the stack of coins that you had, accumulated. And once you finished paying for everything, you were looking for your change, and there is no change. Or
so
alternatively, those
in the shop?
tricky manlings just used arithmetic against you. And they kept charging you for little bits and bobs and whatnot, and you got to the end of it, and you're like, why do I have no money left?
That sounds better, that last option.
I will also point out events occur before your endeavors start. But if we did it that way, that would mean waving bye-bye to the axe. So I'm guessing your preference is we do the income endeavor, which would give you more than a gold crown. You'd lose that.
Oh, well, I gave him a gold crown to help pay for the things, so he would still have that, right?
No, because you gave it to him to help pay for things. Otherwise, he loses all his money and then doesn't have the money to repair stuff.
Oh, because he said he'd had like 12 silver left, and then I gave him a gold crown.
Oh, so yes. So then what that means is you're going to have 19 silver left over. Maybe this is why you went back to work being a general thug for that first one, Thognoth. So your repairs were done. You lost the crown that Talther gave you to help out, but you do have 19 silver still.
Okay.
And you've got one other endeavor. Do you want to bank that 19 silver? Or do you want to do something different with your banking?
We'll bank the silver.
Okay. So then your choice is stashing or investing.
I think I am stashing.
Okay.
And so I guess you need a D100 to see if it's...
No, that's when you withdraw.
To see if this same gang
you only roll that once when you try and withdraw.
Okay.
That's when you find out whether it's not there anymore. With your luck, Thognoth, I have a fairly good, high degree of confidence that it will be gone, but How much cash on hand do you want to keep then? Any or?
Let's see.
If you got 19 silver left, that's not really.
I mean, I would want to take it all out for the next adventure.
So why don't you pick a different endeavor then? Because if you're stashing it, it doesn't give you any interest anyway.
Oh, I see. I figured I'd lose it. I gotcha. It doesn't get. Gotcha. Let's see. I was thinking I needed to do that to carry it into the next adventure, but that's not the case.
Let's take a look.
Right.
You could be right. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, but let's take a look. Do you guys remember? What's the...
Let's see. As noted in Money to Burn, all coin remaining at the end of your between adventure phase is lost before the next adventure begins, unless it is saved with the endeavors.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. So you would have to...
I think I have to keep it.
Yeah, which means you have to make that roll then. So give us a percentile roll if you stashed it.
There we go. Everything's okay.
No problem.
Everything's okay.
All right. Then is anyone else drawing cash out? Or are you losing?
I was going to say, I didn't put my money away because I did training, animal training, and career change. So does that mean I've got to get rid of my money?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did do the banking, so I should probably roll to pull some out or see what happened to it.
No, requiring taking it out of banking requires a banking endeavor.
Oh, okay. So gotcha.
Yeah,
I would have given money to friends and family, or not family because they're too far away. But I'd have spent it and had a good time.
Old criminal acquaintances,
buying off debts.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else drawing cash out?
But no, I've spent my endeavors.
Okay.
So
so then everyone else loses money. Boy, money goes fast. It's like Conan feels like it's punishing sometimes with money. This makes it look positively generous. Okay, then Thognoth, we are done with that. Anything you wish to do, or because you guys were in Salzamund for a little more than a week, as everything was getting sorted out. I think up to 2 weeks. So what, if anything, does Thognoth want to do while he's here?
Has he been here before? Did we establish this?
Yeah. You were good friends with the Schusters. Remember Colin's character?
That's right. This is where we came from originally.
Yeah.
This is where we started, yeah.
Indeed. Yeah, definitely a little Schuster time.
Okay.
That's a no-brainer.
So
now, I would say, it'd be really, the broader category would be acquaintances, friends, and maybe a dwarven temple.
I don't think there is one here.
Okay.
Yeah. There is a dwarven... There are a fair amount of other temples. Let me just... Where I speak out of turn here. I know there is a presence of dwarves, but I think it's the Norse folks, not your kind.
Okay.
We're here. Remember, there's the two kind of... two dwarven cultures that are here. There's the Cragforge clan, and there's the Grumsen. The Grumsen are descended from Norse dwarves.
Because the other thing we did talk about was the monster we found in the nets down by the harbour. Because that was involving the Schuster boy.
Yeah. There was that body that was that seemed to come up.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Did the original we had that fight with the guys in the bars that had the violent problem, right? The
Red Rage. Yeah.
That was here? Was that here?
That was here.
Yeah.
That was here too, yeah.
Yeah, so they're both sort of outstanding things that we haven't got to the bottom of, really.
I think Rudy might have had Red Dream too. Because it was when he this is what we were talking about, why he might have left Salzamund in the first place. And what Rudy would know as a native is that people just experience these red dreams sometimes, and at times... Sorry, somebody's very excited. I think there's a dog walking by. And at times it actually afflicts people with murderous rage. But I don't think Rudy shared that he had a disturbing dream last night. Is that right?
Possibly not. No, I don't know. You may have mentioned it, but he was quite. That's right. He spoke to Talther about it, and we had a moment where Rudy was just complaining. He was just not complaining. He was just saying, whenever he gets involved in something, people just around him die, and maybe it's the endeavors he undertakes, but it's just inevitable. And so he looks around at the people he's with now nervously and reflecting, well, does this mean that they're going to die? Maybe. And Alpha basically talks him round. Just said, you got to move on. Keep going.
Then, Thognoth, anything else you wish to do?
Cheer up Ruthard. Cheer up Rudy. You know, if you're down about getting stolen from again, you should cheer up somebody else. That's what they tell me. That's what Dad said.
Yeah. Well, I could do with it, to be honest.
Well, you know what? And I haven't had fully repaired equipment in I don't know when, so that's pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. I'll spend time with the Schusters and any other friends that we determine I may have had here, acquaintances, and it wouldn't surprise me if my old boss in the Dwarven military may have had an acquaintance here that he referred me to, if that's useful in the narrative. And so I might stop by, poke my head in on him, and then and we determine there's no temple, right?
There's no temple to any dwarven gods here, no.
Okay, so yeah, that's what he'd be doing.
I'm just checking to see if there's a shrine or something.
And maybe get an early look at repair shops, you know, like, he probably had it here. He probably did it here. So I was going to say, like, because he knows he's going to need repair in the future. That's just the way he rolls.
Oh, so, and I guess then Thognoth will be... Talther, since you're the only ranking priest here, how would you explain to Thognoth what task that you and Katerina have been charged with?
Well, we're looking. We're helping with the investigation for the Sigmarites because of the death of their priest, and all the rumors that stemmed from it, from the mutants showing up, and basically trying to reignite the union of the families that was initially being tried at the beginning, but got sidetracked because of the whole betrayal. But Katerina and her church wants to, keep violence to a minimum and, make it peaceful as much as they can. And the Sigmarites and the Mannonites are more convinced it's going to turn bloody. And we want to...
Because of the mutant?
Yeah, and the death of the High Priest. The Sigmarites are a little touchy, and, I would be too at that situation, losing one of our members. But as far as the Mannonites are concerned, we want to try to preserve the stability of the family so that it doesn't affect politics and finances in the kingdom. So we're trying to get to a solution where, if violence happens, it's not a destruction of the families. It's more of a, benefits the rulers.
The families are less of a concern than the stability and the riches in their minds is a concern. So
it's more of a Talther's perspective on it is until he sees another option, that we got to try to keep the families, not destabilized and chaos. But that's his brief summary.
Okay.
And that's our next task, is that right? We're heading out?
Okay. Katerina and Talther recommended all you guys as pretty much retainers or assistants for the job. So you guys are being hired on to help again.
Very good.
What's the rate?
You keep what you kill, kind of like before.
Oh.
And of course, we'll be splitting whatever rewards we get from the churches.
So it's like
I don't think there's a hard figure.
just like pirates then. I mean,
Yeah.
pirates are fun, right?
Well, no. They're kind of the scourge of the seas. And the Mennonites like smash them when we come across them.
But they dress well.
They have some stuff you can steal or take when you kill them.
All right. Well,
Justice and all that.
I'll go with that. I mean, I'll go with that. I can be.
And Alwyn's trying to go legit, right?
Yeah, I am. But, you know, I keep
Trying to. I have.
You guys keep dragging me back.
A dwarven snicker.
I'm now a man and land pirate.
Well, if Rudy is really interested in going after pirates, being a sea priest, eventually I will be seeking a ship, and we can go hunt some pirates on the open sea. But that's way down the line.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
Although
see how it
Dognoth
goes.
may not like it because of the armor and water, and
Let me just set my Corsairs of Captain Flariel to the side.
Nice.
we'll
Nice.
see if Talther lives long enough. No.
Yeah, let's get. So what you're saying is, we're going to these nobles. If I've got it right, they're out in Oldenlitz by the Silver Hills. Is that where we're going?
Correct. A little further west, closer to the border with Lower Lorne.
All right. And they've got a mutant problem.
Yeah, what do you guys
They
recall?
need to. Yeah.
Well, one of the problems is one of them's a mutant.
What?
That's part of the problem.
It might not be common knowledge, but yeah, I think it was.
There's quite a lot of rumors.
It was Jakob. I'm just getting.
Yeah.
Frederick's,
I'm just trying to find his illustration once again.
It's something he can hide fairly easily.
At first, yeah. You know what happens?
Let's see, Jacob is the elder of two, almost twice the age of the younger for the Kreutzfelds. Frederick is a younger brother. Frederick dabbles in dark magic. Was known to sacrifice animals.
Just slowly. So we've got out mutants, dark magic for sacrifice. Keep going.
Yeah, we'll step out of character for a moment here and remember. So the adventure we played was Noblesse Oblige. It was a fan-made thing for second edition. It's a fucking awesome adventure. But the thing that is very cool about the adventure is it is very much an actual investigation where like there's different people you talk to. Some people are lying about things, some people are telling the truth, and then at the end of all the investigation you try to come to a conclusion for it. It's a really, really well done adventure. But what it means is that there's also some things you've learned you cannot necessarily rely on being the truth.
Yes.
Anything you haven't corroborated is just one person's here we go. One person's version of events. So I would bear that in mind as you're sharing information. If you haven't corroborated what stuff is, then or confirmed it with your own eyes, it may not be accurate.
Yeah. So in the end, we know that Jacob is involved with the mutants.
Yeah.
He actually gave the signal for them to attack. And Dorothy was the one he was rumored to be forced to marry, but I think they are involved. I think she was trying to defend him, one way or the other, keep him safe.
Yeah, and she had a previous husband who died under mysterious circumstances.
And if my memory fails me, isn't Dorothy the one that arranged for the Sigmarite priest to die?
Yep.
Yeah.
She was worried about her to, or what you've uncovered. The priest was going to uncover what Jakob had, and it was Arendt who was in service. There were two mercenaries as well. I'll just sort of put everyone in their family place here, now that I've got everyone. There was Greta as well, who was a...
More than she seemed.
Definitely, yep. An assassin.
Playing the part of a minstrel, I believe.
Yep. And Arendt was the head of the guard for the Kreutzfelds.
Yeah, he got disgraced and dismissed, I believe. But
he did at the end because...
Get him involved with her church, I believe.
Well, he has become involved now, but you guys had, when you last saw him, he was quite badly injured and was recovering. what you learned about him. Do you remember his connection to the murdered priest?
He was blackmailing him, wasn't he? The priest was blackmailing the mercenary guy for his involvement in a previous war, I think it was, or battle.
It was an involvement for sure.
Yeah. What did he do?
It's a mercenary campaign, I believe.
Well, that's where they knew one another from, but it was because Arendt had an affair with a noblewoman.
Oh, that's it.
Arendt he definitely is a ladies' man, and does not exercise good judgment in whom to share his bed with, and that was what he was originally being blackmailed for, and that's why he was one of the initial suspects for the murder.
I can understand being loose about that with common folk, but a noble, you better be careful.
The heart wants what it wants. So
I don't think the heart wants anything there. I mean, that was something else.
And apparently, Everard had served with him. I think Everard was the one. He was in service to the Durenbachs. He was the one who let the party know that there was this prior history between the two. I think that Arendt struck the dead priest, like when they were serving together. There was some kind of blow up between the two, so they knew there was bad history. Greta was brought along as insurance, it seems, by the Kreutzfeld father, right?
Yeah, she was going to kill him if it came to it, I think.
Yeah, if the turned out the Durenbachs, things weren't going to work out or they were going to be betrayed, Greta was along to take care of that. Do you remember what Dorothy's past profession was as well?
Remember? No, I'm looking to see if I took notes on it.
There's a reason that Katerina wants to give her the benefit of the doubt. Because she is a former Lady of Mercy.
Yeah, I was going to say, she was or something, wasn't she?
Before she was married the first time, she was a member of the priesthood of Shalia. Mother Agatha had a connection with her. Then she married her first husband. Her first husband died under mysterious circumstances and quite suddenly. And then there was a sudden death of the priest on the way to the family's meeting and a proposed marriage between Jakob and Dorothy.
But she was a liar as well. That was proven.
Yeah.
I've got it here. It says here, Fognoff found out she was a liar.
Yeah. And yeah, Jakob was the one who brought the mutants in. They also staged an attack, right?
At the start, before well, that's when he was murdered. When the stage of the mutant attack, we were sort of seeing them off, and everyone was sort of defending people, and the attention was drawn by the mutants. And then once they'd ran off back into the trees, we come to find the priest had been killed with a blowpipe. I think it was poisonous blowpipe.
Yeah.
And that's where the accusation started flowing, and that's where our investigation began.
Mm-hmm. So, currently, Rudy, where things stand is... Oh, and the mutants did try and kill the party before they were able to return. Because you guys were attacked on the road, you may remember.
Yeah, as we was heading back to the inn or the tavern or halfway point. Yeah.
So Greta has disappeared from view right now, so we've taken her. I'll take her off her card off the board. Dorothy, go ahead.
So one thing before we, because I'm going through, I was fixing my armor, and I find I have a couple extra things. Can I have done something with my leather jerkin, which I do not need anymore?
John, this is a family stream. Come on, man.
To see if I need a leather jerkin, since I have.
Anybody need a leather jerkin?
If not, I'll sell it, or something similar.
you remember how selling works in this? Is it just 10% you get, or?
Let's see, the barter. Maybe there's a barter. Well, maybe the skill would.
What's the difference between a leather jack and a leather jerkin?
I think it's the
one's
coverage.
allowed in church, the other one is not. Sorry, I'll stop.
What's that skill? I can't find.
We go selling.
Haggle. Haggle?
No, it's let's see here. Selling your trappings during desperate times or simply offloading loot is handled exactly the same fashion as buying, but this time you'll be making money, not spending it. Good news.
Yeah, unfortunately, Thognoth, I think you might have been like haggling to trade the armor in with to get yours fixed, and I think they probably took the money from that during that encounter.
You usually make... Oh, yeah, right. You make between... Base cost is half the item selling price, meaning you normally make between a quarter and a half of what the thing's actually worth. So you would have... So you successfully negotiated a good price for it and then subsequently lost it.
Okay, so I'll just delete it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then if does anyone, so this armor's pretty heavy, so if anyone wants a handgun, we have a handgun from, let's see, where did this come from? We had a handgun from the Skaven Underground Stash is where it came from. Is anybody interested in a handgun, or at least carrying a handgun?
Anyone trained in black powder?
I thought that was a dwarf thing.
I'm pretty sure the higher level of Sailor Priest gets access to that, but currently no.
It's 2 encumbrance. Does anyone have any?
I just took
I thought it was to give Thognoth a bit of range, but
It's a good idea, but it would it just weighs
Too
too
heavy.
much. Yeah.
I have exactly 2 encumbrance free.
Ooh. Well, for now at least, Talther, can I interest you in muling a handgun?
I'll hold on to it for you, sure.
Yeah, just hold on until we have to reevaluate.
Okay.
1 handgun. That's the.
Where are the stats?
Oh, it's not black powder. It's called range engineering. And not for nothing, your next tier, range engineering, is one of your skills.
Yeah, I'm interested in it. Just this is a logistical situation.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's a little weighty, and
Well, we can't have you any slower than what you...
hey, there's no.
Does the
reason
character sheet properly track? I think you've got that, like, there's that talent that gives you, counts your strength as higher than it, but I think the sheet doesn't quite track it automatically properly.
Sturdy down
Sturdy,
there.
yeah.
Sturdy.
Does it...
Oh, right.
Is your sheet tracking that properly?
Shows if I, let's see. It says if I get rid of
Strong back also helps with encumbrance.
oh
too.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the one I've got.
The reason I asked is...
It is not.
Yeah, because I know when I was setting shit up for the Westeros games that I noticed it wasn't tracking that stuff properly.
Just you can put it in the cog section and put a +1 man in there.
Yeah, and did you happen to do that?
I didn't.
That's where the stats are, Jonathan. For the
Okay, cool.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm just gonna double check, make sure.
let's see.
Because isn't your encumbrance based on your endurance and strength?
yeah, I think so.
Strength and toughness. No. Yeah, it's strength and toughness.
Strength and something, yeah.
Yeah, because mine together is 8, and then with strong back I get 9. So, and with sturdy, you get 2.
I get 2. All right. Let's see here. What is it? Strength and toughness?
Yes.
Strength and toughness. The that would make it. That's 7. No, sorry. That is with advancements. That is 9.
Okay.
And then strong back should give you a strength again, I think.
Sturdy. Mine's sturdy. Should be 2 more, so 11.
Yeah. So do you have 11 listed on new combat page for encumbrance?
No, it shows 12. So it is wrong. Seems like it's wrong. It says max encumbrance 12, and I think it should be 11.
Do you have
To
any
your point, Kevin.
Okay. So let's... Did you modify the sheet at all in any...
I mean, not that I recall. But I could take another look. I'll go through it. I'll take the handgun off mine. That is all you, Talther.
Okay. Yeah, third tier, I get access to ranged black powder.
Nice.
I think the max encumbrance might be, though, before you stop moving. So that might not be like your full carrying without penalty. Might have to check what that is.
Let's take a peek here.
I'm not sure.
Skills and talents.
Let's see how you work it out.
Encumbrance 293.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so strength bonus plus toughness bonus. What's your strength bonus plus toughness bonus? Cognoth?
9.
Strength. Oh, right. Sorry, current, right. Okay, so 9, and then you got 1 level of sturdy.
Sturdy. Should add 2 to 11.
Yeah. Do you have a backpack, maybe? Does that add anything to...
Interesting.
That's typically what those... When you have encumbrance rules.
Oh yeah, backpack carries 4, but it counts as half of what's... So backpack's encumbrance of 2, but it can carry 4 without counting against you.
I could use one. That's what that says. I have a pouch, and I don't think that's gonna... I don't have a backpack.
Okay. There's a pouch.
I should get a backpack.
I got a backpack, so yeah.
Could I have purchased a backpack?
Pouch has an encumbrance of 0, but carries 1.
Oh.
So, honestly, if you got a pouch on there, that might be... Yeah, so look under modifiers. Encumbrance plus 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Look, because if you got your gear, your cog open on your sheet there,
I do.
Sean?
Yep.
That's where the 12 is coming from.
Okay.
Yep, because see, and he's got count encumbrance under there as well.
Gotcha.
Ticked. Yeah, so that's
Gotcha.
where that's come from. Cool. Sheets. Smarter than we thought.
Excellent.
There you go.
Okay, so...
Yeah, because if you take that off, then it... Oh, Chad. So maybe it tick off worn.
Okay.
Let's see what happens when that. Oh, it's encumbrance 0 though. And there's no modifications to the cog, right?
Yeah, if you go to the cog under general, it's the 4th box option down, encumbrance mod.
Oh, yeah.
Well, add a mod to that.
Oh, encumbrance modifier, too.
There we go.
That could be your pouch or your sturdy is what you put in there for the 2.
So the 2 is from that for sure. Sean, sorry, I'm just going to click in your sheet here for a second. Let me just...
yeah, do it.
Just going to...
I love the compendium. Handguns in. Nice.
Because if you wear stuff like armor, it actually takes it away from your encumbrance.
Yeah. -1, I think. Something like that.
Yeah.
If you're just carrying it, it takes up more.
Yeah, it would be good to know where the calculation for the extra +1. I mean, it seems like it's the pouch, right?
It seems like it.
Let's do this. I'm gonna delete your pouch. See if that does anything to the sheet.
Everyone saw the GM took my pouch.
Just a
Well,
family
he's been
show.
doing that a lot. It's with your gold. So
Seriously?
yeah. So if you add a pouch in with the compendium, it automatically does the calculations for you. I just drug one into mine.
Yeah, I removed it from Thognots, and then I've just closed the sheet and I'm opening it again.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see if it. No, it still shows encumbrance as 12. That's weird.
Gremlins. I don't know.
So let's see what happens when we drag and drop a pouch back on there.
Yeah, because it's modifying mine as I do it. So
Yeah, here we go. Accepting compendium drop. Boom. There we go. And now it goes to 13. Oh, but there's 2 listed here. Hold up. It gave you 2. Let me get rid of one of those.
alerting the sheets. This is fun.
Yeah.
Huh. So where's the extra 1 coming from then? Let's see here.
Oh, make sure you click Warn on as well with whatever item, and that's probably because if you got the backpack on there, won't count you carrying, I think.
Encumbrance.
Weird.
Oh, that's weird. So if you tick off clothing, your encumbrance goes to a 13. Your current encumbrance is 13. And if you tick the clothing on, it goes down to 12.
Yeah, Warn, I think, always subtracts 1. If you wear it, it subtracts 1. That's true for the armor and everything, all that.
But that's weird. Huh. Yeah, I don't quite understand what it's doing here. Let's do this here. Get rid of that. Yeah, your max. So I got rid of your pouch, which did add your max encumbrance to 13. It just seems to keep scaling up. Here, let's try this. Okay, so your max encumbrance should be 11.
Mm-hmm.
No, it should be 12 with the pouch.
But I have no pouch right now.
Right. Oh, fuck, right. Yeah, why is that not... Oh, no, get right. 11 and then with the pouch, so let's see what happens.
Throw a pouch on there. We're hoping for 12.
And click Warn. Now your max encumbrance has gone to 10 for some reason.
Let's see.
Oh,
right?
Hold up. Because your max encumbrance should be 12, right?
Let's see. 9 by the stats, and then plus 1. The sturdy gives me plus 2.
Sturdy gives you plus 2, which I'm adding back in now.
Okay. And then the pouch would be 1. Yeah, that seems okay.
So it's 12. Okay, so what did I ended up doing?
Touch it. Now, no one touch it. No one touch the sheet.
I removed the pouch. I removed the modifier. That set it back to a default of the correct number. I put the pouch back on. I put the 2 back on. Now we're back to where we, I guess, should be.
Cool.
So
should be okay. Should be okay.
So, guys, what was the best part of the session? It was when collectively 5 adults had to figure out how to make a number go down by 1. So
on a make-believe character sheet.
Yeah, exactly.
And the handgun has been distributed, and the leather jerkin has been given over to the repair shop.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. Okay, so then what I was going to organize here is sort of into expected factions in the lands of the Kreutzfeld and the Dernbachs. So you've got one which will be Jakob and Dorothy and their mutant supporters. There is Friedrich and his as yet to be met father, but he did hire his father hired an assassin, so I'm sure he's pleasant. And there are the surviving Dernbachs, which are Ruprecht, who was a bit of a prick, and his sister Brigitte, who had a thing with Friedrich at one point. Everyone's getting around. And there's your ally, Errant, who you've heard is in... what do you call it now? Oldenleeds. So, Rudy, does that bring you up to speed as to who the different parties were, what has happened thus far, and what to expect when you get to their lands?
Yeah, it's some combination of illegal mutants, dark magic, jealousy, murder, and stuffing your face with as much silver as possible from the mines.
Mm-hmm. The other thing that we talked about last time is the muted response from the Sigmarites as well, because you would think that if a member of the Sigmarite Church was murdered, that, you know, there would be nothing stopping them from just riding out in full force and just raising the fucking place. But the more they draw attention to the murder, the more they draw attention to the fact that one of their senior priests was a blackmailing, you know, bit of scum. So that has led to a bit of a muted, but no doubt a fairly intense and focused response to this stuff.
Yeah, so their trip out here is to help manage that message in a very final way, probably.
Correct. Not for nothing, they're sending a witch hunter along. There was not a witch hunter last time. So,
shivers.
Have you guys any thoughts as to how to approach it? We talked a little bit last time. Katerina would still like to try and reach out to Dorothy and see if a peaceful resolution might be achieved here, but Talther's church has given him different orders.
What's the deal, Talther? I mean, I don't want to put my foot in it any more than I'm likely to.
Is it strictly different orders? I know it's we want a good peaceful solution, but we think it's going to go south, and we want to make sure that.
I don't think you're concerned with a peaceful solution. Your primary concern is eradicating a mutant threat.
For sure, yeah. The mutants have to go.
Right.
That's 100%. But if we can get a peaceful solution to the whole family drama, that's, I think, an acceptable outcome on one part.
Yeah, there's a real Hatfield and McCoys and Montague and Capulet thing going on between the Durenbachs and the Kreutzfelds. So
yeah. So I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. Like, if we find out that Jacob is really heavily invested in the mutants and that he has to die, I think the Sigmarites are going to figure that out, and that might drive a wedge between Katerina and Talthir's end goals. So, because Dorothy might get involved again, and drama.
Yeah, right.
But that's we'll see that as it happens.
And are you saying Jacob himself is a mutant?
That's what the rumors. That's all the rumors pointed to.
Rumors, just rumors.
We haven't physically seen any mutation on him, but he made escape before he got to that point.
Yeah, if it is a mutation, it's something he can hide fairly easily. So
can he hide it from the witch hunter?
Didn't Arendt say he witnessed it too?
Yeah, there was more than one person that had sort of confirmed it. I think there was 2 or 3 people that sort of said he's got some sort of mutation or something. So
I mean, these days that's just fact, isn't it? When 2 people agree with each other, that's it. It must be the truth.
Yeah, well, he was involved in killing this priest. So
what is that? So he's a murderer as well.
Oh, as a reminder, he was not. He did not endorse it. Dorothy did it to protect Jacob. But he's.
But as they're a couple, I'm saying he's involved.
Yeah, well,
that's it.
A mutant and a murderer get together and have a lovely life.
Yeah.
And you're here to protect them all, Talfa, is that right?
Protect? No. My goal is to make sure that the mutants are taken care of, and we don't destabilize the finances of the kingdom. That's what the Wave Lord has told me is,
It's a dirty business you've got us in, Talfa here. It's a dirty business.
Didn't get us into this.
Did you not?
This is what is it?
This is your ticket, Talfa. This is your ticket, mate. Ticket to boats and pirates and things.
It is.
Aye.
Getting in the Wave Lord's good graces is one step towards that.
Oh.
But I mean, this is all blowback from the original adventure we were on. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, we can't have mutant armies rising up in the lands anyway. That's unacceptable.
That's fair. That's fair.
But it pays, and you can get some status out of it.
Well, actually, doesn't pay, does it? Not so far.
We got paid
Might
quite
pay.
a lot.
Oh, did you?
We did.
Oh, all right. All right.
What was that
Okay.
chest of gold that we found along the black
All right. I'm in.
chest?
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
That was part of what we got. So
All right.
All right, so the I mentioned before as well, there was a third family where you were traveling. You may remember that it's about a day's travel outside of to the west of Oldenleitz is where you reach that coaching inn that you guys had stayed at, where you encountered that messenger who had the cursed box. It's about another day's travel into the mountains there. There are three noble families. The Kreutzfeld and the Dernbachs have much more lucrative mines than the third, but the third is the Rastburgers. And I'll put that in chat.
So,
it did not make it into my notes. So.
There we go. The Rastburger.
Rastburger.
Burger.
Rastburger.
And the lord of the Rastburger estate was going to be the one who was hosting the talks and then the sort of
That's
finalizing the marriage thing. So they are not nearly as wealthy as the other two. They sort of got, when the lands were being parceled out, they got the proverbial short end of the stick on it, but they're trying to proctor a bigger position as being sort of the peacemaker. So the lord of that is Galvin Rastburger, forgive me. I'll put his name. Lord is really giving him more credit than what his estate is due. Rastburger. But that is a potential staging ground. You could also arrive in the at the keep of the or the estate of the Kreutzfelds or the estate of the Durenbachs and choose to go from there. And one of the upsides, you with two priests in the tripartite alliance that is being sent out, you guys will be able to outvote the Sigmarite as to where you go, so long as you guys agree. So as you guys are heading, getting ready to head out, you're going to go to Oldenleitz, you're going to re-equip there and get yourselves ready. You can collect Errant, assuming that he has not found a new paramour. And then you guys could head up, but what is the plan here? What's the strategy for trying to sort these things out? Let me double check. I'm going to tell you what lands the mutants were previously seen on.
I think it'd be worth trying to gather some rumours in Oldenleitz, see if anyone's had any sightings of mutants, etc. Anywhere.
Oldenleitz is like 2 or more days travel away, though, so...
yeah, maybe that's a bit too far.
The inn, though, that coaching
maybe,
inn... That you guys...
maybe at the coaching inn then, because that's a lot closer, isn't it?
Yeah. I think the plan should be to not plan too far.
Are the elves from out that way, though?
Further west, yeah, definitely.
Would they potentially have any?
Potentially, yeah.
Might be worth checking in with them one more time, because we sort of left on good terms with the...
So you left on good terms with the ones who are sort of the lowest tier in...
Yeah, but they're sort of roaming from the woods.
Yeah, the borders, that's definitely, yeah.
Yeah, it's worth asking them. Maybe.
Yeah. And Zakon seems to already know the Skaven, so there's a good chance he might know mutants as well.
Are those elves? Is that the Laurelorn forest out
Correct.
beyond? Oh, so that's probably wood elves then, will it?
It might be, but Laurelorn has you may remember the tiered social system, and Zakon was his people came from the last arrivals after the War of the Beard, And as such, that's part of the reason they weren't working with Orhan or Orhar. His name keeps changing. It's difficult. It's an Elvish name, so the translation sometimes it goes Orhar, sometimes Orhan. Just check.
Got that funny character that's halfway between an R and an N. You can never really tell.
It's also my handwriting where you really have no idea.
There was the Bard way back then.
Oh yeah, Greta, right?
Matthias Netzen is the name I have.
Yeah.
That guy.
So we could check in with him of like what's gone down since.
Well, if he's around, that's a good idea. We might have to pay him for information.
Yeah, at least drinks, if nothing else.
Well, that's assuming he's still here. He was traveling out there because there was supposed to be a wedding between two noble families. He may have fucked off to go somewhere else. Because he was a traveling troubadour, not a, in fixed place. It's in the Kreutzfeld lands. Sorry, I was just refreshing my memory. Kreutzfeld lands is where the mutants were seen before.
Nice.
Or the rumors are said. So, then, any sense of where you're approaching? Or who you want to approach? Do you want to go to the Rasburger estate and go from there? Do you want to go to the Kreutzfelds where they were seen last? Go to the Durenbox to sort out who's in charge over there? What do you guys... The downside for the Kreutzfelds or the impact is if you're bringing Arendt with you, he is a disgraced former vassal or former, not vassal, former servant of theirs.
Oh, I think in touch with Dorothy, since she's part of the Durenbox, might be the best option first to see if there is some kind of peaceful means about going about this. As far as Katarina's...
When you say this, what do you mean? Maybe that would be help is just to be clear on what your end goal is here.
Well, Talther's end goal is to find the mutants and wipe them out if we can, or at least stick the Sigmarites on them.
So when you say peaceful resolution to this, what did you mean?
As far as the two families and finding out where Jacob is, if he's still involved with the mutants, because if we can separate the nobles from the mutant threat, it creates more of a buffer zone between Katarina's end goals and Talthir's. And he wants to make sure that we don't have competing interests right at the start.
Got it. Okay.
I would have thought that the people to see first would be the neutral party, which is the Rasburger.
That might be a good idea too.
Just because they haven't got quite as much involvement in it, or would be able to speak a bit more openly, maybe.
Or they might actually have other interests that might steer them to steer us in a different direction too. Because if the other two families, fall apart, then they have room to grow.
Yeah, I just think that might be a safer bet because they're not directly involved up until now.
But then again, they were interested in hosting the other two families, so they're also interested in peace.
But I don't know if they have got a stronger preference to one family or the other yet. We could test the water, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, since you mentioned that, I think it'd be a good idea to meet the third party, the Rastburgers. They would probably have a pretty good idea of what's happened to the other two families, and in the meantime,
get an update.
Because if they were interested in hosting the first time, they probably still have fingers in the mix.
Yeah, that would be my first visit, I think, if we can.
See if we can get.
Would we have to go through the other lands to get to them, or?
It's sort of you'll be moving through effectively the borderland between the two in order to reach the Rasburger lands.
Okay.
Rasburger.
So that's that same path that you went. Precisely. German is so fun. Burger. How can I get an umlaut in here? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
all right.
what I'm saying,
Sounds fun.
you will be traveling that same path you did before, where you were ambushed. Twice.
Yep.
Three times. Oh,
Well,
did we mention to Rudy that they had explosives?
No, that bit was missed out completely.
I don't remember that. Might be brain damage.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, because they used bombs in the final assault. That's how somebody got injured. One of the coaches was blown up.
It always ends with explosives with you lot, doesn't it? Always ends with explosives.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Explosive supers.
You're not wrong there.
We could check on that area and see if there's any sign of.
Yeah, that whole incident with Alwyn being accused of hunting the taken nobles, was that something that originated along that path too? Like,
No, that would have been more in the direction of.
Okay.
Oh,
I just thought that was a convenient like plot hook there. It's like,
what's
maybe be the mutants.
What's the white? It's not. What's the name of the Ulrich worshipping city? God dang! It's on the tip of my brain. Where are you from, Alwyn? Middenheim.
That's a good question. Midden.
Is it Middenheim?
City of the White Wolf?
Yeah.
No, I'm not sure. It is Middenheim.
Yeah, it is Middenheim for sure.
Oh no, it is. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
A small village in Middleham. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then, unless there's anything else you guys need to do in Salzmund, it sounds like you've got a rough idea of where to go. And also, Telther, I'll remind you, Alwyn was innocent of those charges.
Well, yeah, but I know that. I'll just maybe there's rumors that they. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vicious
Definitely.
rumors.
Oh, I firmly believe he was innocent. He was with us the whole time. He had no
Scurrilous
chance.
truths that these people are bringing at your door, Alwyn. It's just unthinkable.
I just assume everybody has rumors told about them because Talther just hears all kinds of crap when he's in the church from his compatriots. So it's whatever.
Wait, you mean your coworkers don't hate you too? What?
All right.
Okay. Then, unless there's anything else, let's move us to the map of Nordland and talk about a trip. So last chance to do anything in town before you guys are heading out.
Double checking.
I think I need to update some stuff here. Hold up. Let's put Freddy
A
out.
few digestive tonics.
In town, meaning Salzmund.
In Salzmund, correct.
Yes.
That's the big one. That's because the difficulty of accessing some of the other assets. Remember, going to a smaller town is going to have a smaller pool of resources to draw from. Right, so the chance of finding stuff is going to be less at those smaller communities.
I mean, do we need
Explosives? A good idea.
we need supplies?
Who said that?
Is that part of the who's our total group here? We're gonna meet Stretstorp up there, right? We're meeting him up there?
Errant.
Yep.
Might be easier to say.
Yeah.
The Knight Errant.
Anyone coming with us? No, right? It's just us for the way up, anyway. Yep.
The Sigmarites
just
are
us.
apparently making their own way to Olden Leeds.
Gotcha.
With a witch hunter.
Right. Do we need rations then? Would be a thought. That's what
I've got 5 days of rations on me, so
Oh yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Oh, they're just ready to go.
You also have that convert of to Shalia, the boatman, who is going to take you guys down. Johan.
I could do with some rations, so I've got nothing.
well, at least this time we're going in with no coin, so no pickpockets. At least for me to worry about.
A Thogdog's got coin. What are you talking about?
For now.
I've got a little coin, not much.
I think what we'll say is, are you guys all silver or some of you gold right now?
I've got 2 gold.
Katarina's gold, but I'm silver 1.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Silver 1, give us a 1d10 roll then. Thognoth, you're silver 3 now, right?
I mean, I'm my newest one that I don't have a full suit of Gromor yet, but it's gold 1 is my
No. So
latest.
remember, you're until you get the trappings for it, you don't have that rating. So I'm asking what it is now, not what it's going to be.
Silver 3.
Silver 3. Give us a 3d10 roll. Rudy, what is yours currently?
Oh, it's stellar. It's I'll come on brass 3.
Brass 3. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going up in the world.
Absolutely.
The benefit for being part of the clergy there, Rudy.
Oh, okay. You get nice dresses. Yeah.
That and then we get a stipend.
So brass 3. Give us a 6d10 roll for you.
Oh, look
Alwyn,
at that.
what is yours?
Brass 3.
Silver 1.
Silver 1 gives a 1d10. So then Talther and Thognoth and Alwyn, that's how many silver shillings you're going to get for the spending cash for heading out the door. Rudy, you're going to get 36 brass pennies for spending.
Wow.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's a silver and a half-ish.
Gotta put that in.
So,
Put that in.
if there is any other supplies or whatnot, this is how you will be financing that. Anything further you need, or are you guys good for your supplies right now?
Convert the shillings into brass pennies. But
I suppose I'll take some rations, I guess, on the way. Get some for the journey. How long is it? Did you say a few days?
I think it's 2 days or down the river.
Yeah.
Talther's got a toughness bonus of 5 right now because he's gotten beaten up a lot, and I've raised it, so he can carry some stuff for people if he needs to.
Okay. He's moved into the stevedore part of his priesthood.
I mean, it's a lot of scar tissue right now, but
How many rations are we thinking? Like 3 days?
Yeah.
Does that sound right to everyone?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that'll get you there.
Yeah, I mean 5 would be safer, but
I'll take 5. I'll go at 5.
All right.
Just in case something happens, we get lost. And is anybody here good at
Yeah,
hunting?
lost in the river. Your boat's in the middle of the prairies. Guys, I feel like we've made a wrong turn.
All right. Bye-bye, 5.
So,
talk-
before we head out, should we set a short-term goal for the party?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking that, too.
What are you thinking?
We've worn out our... we've gone through our ambitions. Good call.
Should we,
And I guess you could think of your long-term goal for this adventure as well.
Yeah,
This task. What are you guys thinking?
that's kind of a no-brainer.
would that be to like eradicate the mutant army?
You could also have cross-purposes goals as well.
Oh, I was thinking like the party goal instead of the personal ambitions.
I don't think Katarina would agree to that.
But
Eradicating the mutants?
isn't that? I mean, Talther's goal was to eradicate them. But...
Again, the party goals can be different from the personal long-term goals. So, because your personal long-term goals relate to your resilience and resolve, right?
Well, Katarina's even expressed reticence on dealing with mutants, even, huh? How does she? Has she expressed how she wants to deal with mutants? Would you say, Kevin?
From what I remember, it's she wants to treat them with mercy, or at least understand why Dorothy was treating them with mercy. The Sigmarites would consider anyone who's got a mark of the ruinous powers to be sufficient for moral guilt, whereas the Shellians don't necessarily subscribe to that, though they are also fierce enemies of the grandfather Nurgle.
Wow. Rations per day is 2 silvers. I don't know what's in them. I hope it's nice. Better be good.
It's pricey. It's pricey.
Get an apple. Get an apple in that. Is there an apple in it? No.
You want fruit? Fresh fruit. Holy
Cheese
smokes.
straws? Oh, I don't know. 2 silver.
Yep.
What is the conversion rate again?
I think it's 12 brass to a silver, and then 20 silver to a gold.
Okay.
Could that
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyone want to
I
help?
think
You guys would know that Rudy is of the lot of you is the least well off. So if anyone
I can
wishes,
certainly help him out. How many do you need?
Oh, I'm okay for now. And like you say, I'm going to be swimming in money soon enough, so it'll be all right.
And I don't know, like I bought 5 days, and I don't know that I'll need 5 days. So there's that too. Not just the money, but the rations swimming around. You know, there should be extra rations for Rudy. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I got
All right.
5 too, so that's
Yeah.
more than the 3 days we need.
We should have enough extra, unless something goes drastic.
okay.
Okay. I'll kind of leave it then.
See what a short-term goal should be. What to make it to the Rasburgers and investigate there.
So short term is to investigate status of or situation at the Rasburgers.
I think so. To get a lay of the land and
Okay. That's party goal.
yeah, for
Sure.
the short-term party goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Current status of 3 families.
And what is the long term goal for the party?
How can we word it that it would be okay with the 2 priests? They can't get their heads together on this. How do we word it to iron out the situation, something like this? Iron out the.
I think Tother was on the right track there by parsing out one part of the problem from another.
Yeah. What
do you
would
think,
you
John?
say, Arthur?
I think like ultimately like if we do like where both goals can come align is basically how do I word that? Stabilizing the situation. We got to appease the Sigmarites, and we've got to get some kind of resolution to the mutant threat, and then I
Could
believe we
you,
can
could you phrase it as securing the silver?
yeah. Securing the silver would be pretty good.
Okay.
Because that's pretty much what they're worried about, the finances of the silver mines.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, we could help with that.
securing the safety of the silver trade.
Okay.
Safety.
Because I mean, we could because originally the 2 noble families wanted to marry and create a union and a bond.
And an end to the feud.
Yeah. So if we end the feud and get it back to what it was in the beginning before everything got messed up, that would do it.
Okay. What about personal long-term goals?
Mine has been earn a nickname from my clan. Just reviewing. That's
Okay.
been one of mine. But for this, you mean Kevin, right?
I mean, for new things, yeah, no, not canvassing, but it's good to have a reminder of it, though.
Yeah, a little review.
Short term.
Um,
is going to want to get some influence in this 3rd family, the Rasburgers, because they're lesser power in the area, and I mean, if you can get some pull with them, that might help.
Okay. All right. What the rest of you guys? Any long-term goals relating to this adventure or to at least your next?
I think more reputation with these families, these 3 families, because they're obviously quite high up and quite important families. And last time we were seen a bit poorly as, people interfering with the matters, and, we were sort of thrust into a situation we didn't want to be in, and we had to sort of watch what we said, and we had to sort of tiptoe around a bit. So held in a bit of a higher regard so that we can, communicate with them on a better level and be more trusted and maybe called on in the future, Just better standing with the families, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Katarina, for all of her priesthood, she is a noble.
She's not. She's like a upper. She's a burger class, basically.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
almost noble. So
The money makes it. She buys right next door too. So
gotcha.
but
So
yeah.
after hearing that Dorothy, was a priest and then became part of the family, she's like, Talther's like, that might be an option to gain some status and influence.
Take a wife.
What, options are options. So
Talther is seeing himself with a couple of silver mines under his operation. It seems so.
what's the name of the campaign again?
Well, Brigida can certainly help with the last of those three.
What would be ambitions for Thognoth here in
do you
this?
Like he's definitely trying to tell the Doom. That is something, but it sounds like that's being set aside for the time being.
What was it, Kevin?
You wanted to tell of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what's his name?
Grozum's.
Grozum Gum. I've already forgotten his name. My gosh, guys.
Come on.
How soon they go out of
yeah.
our mind.
We definitely need to get to the Dwarven Lands to get that taken care of after this adventure.
Because you witnessed his doom.
Indeed.
But that'll be to the south more so than the west of Salsamoon, where you're headed. I don't know. What do you think, Thok? What else is of... One way to think of it is if you reflect on where are you now compared to where you when you set out from Salsamoon the first time. You had fallen in with the Schuster family. You'd kind of, become a, if not a member, at least associated with the extensive Schuster clan. You'd come here to, have experience outside of the tunnels. How have you changed in that time?
I think he's become a bit more socialized. Like let's not without getting
He's a
carried away.
rescue dwarf.
Pretty much. He's still got a 12 in charm, but at least in a narrative sense, he's getting a little better with others, starting scraps less and for no reason. And
So what does he want then? Has that changed since he?
I mean, one thing on a practical basis, he could be, I'm not sure it's exactly the right place for it, but these nobles, if there's any leads on Gromril armor, like that's an overall, I don't know if nobles would have any, it's not a dwarven area. Though,
Yeah,
so.
no, it's one of those tricky things where we're going to have to figure out a way, like in the narrative, likely to justify that coming in, because it's not the kind of thing that's for sale. It's one of the downsides to some of the more particularized. It's great how much a lot of these professions are rooted in the setting, but it also means like you kind of have to come up with cockamamie explanations for why you're able to pursue those and still play the fucking game, because it just most of the folks who are wielding that, they're wearing it as part of their protecting their clan, but so that's.
That would surely tie in with Grumble,
Absolutely.
when we go to report on his doom and such. We'll be in Dwarf Lands.
That's a much better. That's really the more. But I'm just. I brought it up just because I'm trying to brainstorm for what Thognoth could be looking at here.
Well, why is he still with everyone then? He's kind of the obvious explanation is because we're playing a game together, but I think what I'm suggesting is think of it in terms of that no prize thing. Like, what's the justification for the thing you have to be doing?
He's found a place. He wants to get. He was told to go out and get more well-rounded rather than just servicing the dwarven tunnels, protecting those. So he's out there. He's found a spot. I mean, I could attach it to someone else's goals. I was just trying to think of something specific for Thognoth. Maybe it makes more sense in this particular case to like make sure the priests are happy. You know, something like weird like that. You know, something more tied because this is very.
May I
much...
make a suggestion?
Huh? Go ahead.
How do you think Thognoth views the likelihood of everyone's success without him?
No, we're going to die.
I mean, he thinks probably like, for example, the obvious would be like if those mutants attack again. He probably thinks Katarina's crazy about her thoughts on the mutants. For starters, that's like he totally respects the fact that a priest of Shalia is not going to have the same views as a tunnel fighter. He's past that. Like he's socialized enough for that, but
what I'm asking is more on a practical basis. Imagine Thognoth wasn't there in the tunnels. What happens to the party?
Yeah. I mean, where I was getting to is that if the mutants attack again, he thinks they'd probably go right through the party, and Katarina would get to feast on her sympathies to mutants at that point.
Yeah. I wonder if, especially with the loss of Grozim, is there a sense of like, oh, these manlings can't handle it themselves? You know, perhaps that might be a long-term goal. See them through safely. See them safely through.
See them safely through this mission. Which is going to have, particularly if we're trying to hold hands with mutants. There's going to be some problems here.
So the nice thing I think with that is as well that makes it easier for you to figure ways to get your resilience or resolve, whatever the short-term one is, back. If you're rushing in to assist your allies or protect your allies, that I think is keeping in with that overall goal, right?
Yeah. So seeing the party safely through this mission.
Okay.
This mission.
So we're going to get to Rudy next to talk about why he's sticking around as well. But we're like 15 minutes past it. Why don't we take our mid-session break now? And then we'll come back and talk about what Rudy's personal goals are. Okay, so for those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Man, not looking forward to fighting mutants.
They got it coming to them.
Well, yeah, but do we have it coming to us? This is going to be painful.
Sure, we'll be fine.
At least the Skavens didn't have bombs.
We've upgraded ourselves since our last visit.
They did have acid-spewing rats and rat ogres. Sure, the mutants will actually have an ogre or something. I really do like this game.
Yes, good.
All right. Sorry about that. Okay. So I think I saw Dave's under the weather, and Darren's joining us for Flames of Freedom this afternoon or this evening.
Yeah, should be okay. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. If you're not able to make it, Darren, that's no problem. We'll muddle along. I mean, I'm going to kill everybody, but you know.
I'm not having that.
Let's see. All right. I think, Graham, I'm not sure if you're back, but your camera is off. Oh, there we go. Okay.
I'm just back. It's a long way down from this place to the kettle.
Got it.
I'm there. Sorry.
Okay, so we were going to talk about Rudy.
Yeah. So Rudy's long-term goal with this lot is not to get blown up. But apart from that, I think understand more of the noble ways. I'm going to be rubbing shoulders with the high and mighty. Maybe get regarded as a useful agent for them. Be seen as a useful pair of hands. And maybe there might be some further and future employment opportunities out here. And yeah, so watch and learn.
Okay. And does any of that translate into a specific kind of long-term goal for him?
I think he sees himself, as Alwyn said, he's going more towards the sort of soldier career. So from a sort of a more meta point of view, I think what he's trying to do is work out, could I be some sort of retainer, sort of guard for hire or mercenary for hire, or the sort of guy that you go to when you need something done. And I think he wants to see if he can start to prove himself almost in the career that he's heading towards. So it's like heading towards that soldier thing.
Love it. Okay, that's great. All right. Then I think, Alwyn, what about you? I don't think we talked about your...
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He wanted to get a better status with the high families because of their influence in the area, and he thinks that they had a bad first sort of meeting previously.
Okay.
So,
And they might have some bounties for Alwyn. Is that the case?
well, in the future, yeah, definitely.
I
We
mean,
might be looking for bounty hunters.
Not to
Hunt down some mutant people.
incentivize cross-purpose stuff here, but I mean, there are bounties on mutants typically.
Yeah.
Oh, like what do we need to collect an ear or something, or finger?
It's got real dark for Talther pretty quick.
I don't know.
I want to find a peaceful resolution that involves ears and fingers.
Want is different than expecting. I expect bloodshed.
Okay.
Lots of it.
I was looking over so Death Steps has some great travel rules in it for Oakland. Just double checking here, because there's travel endeavors and there are camp endeavors, which are under the category of journey endeavors. There are three forms of journey endeavors: planning endeavor, we can take a planning endeavor prior to undertaking their journey. Travel endeavors. Each member of the party may undertake a travel endeavor during each stage of the journey. And then camp endeavors. After a stage of the journey is complete, each member may undertake a camp endeavor. Oh, this is neat. It's similar to the... it's a streamlined version of the rules from Uncharted Journeys.
Okay.
Rather than having like assigned different roles for everything, what the planning endeavor, if you have time for preparation, the party can, if you've access to charts or journals from those who have undertaken the journey before or experienced travelers who have traveled the route, each member of the party may make a challenging outdoor survival or challenging research test. Each success level can be traded for one of the following benefits during the subsequent journey. You can re-roll a travel event. If you do, the second result must be taken. Re-roll any test that is taken as part of a journey endeavor or a camp endeavor. Usually, a character undertakes 2 endeavors during each stage of the journey, one en route and then one at the end of the day, the camp endeavor. I can disallow endeavors when the character is busy doing other things. For instance, if a character is guarding a prisoner, you may not go hunting. If the character does both a travel and a camp endeavor, they must pass a hard endurance test or gain the fatigue condition. Fortunately for them, they should be able to have a good night's sleep, and so, provided their sleep is peaceful and uninterrupted, which is always the case in our games, they can wake up in the morning refreshed and ready for the next stage of the journey. And factors that impact it include the weather table and the terrain table. Guys, there's tables. This game is just getting better and better.
What book is that from?
Deft Steps and Light Fingers.
Oh, no.
So Rudy's source book.
Yeah.
Well, Alan as well, because I think Alan's got some outdoor stuff. Nice. Consequences of shortfalls. Shortfalls in food, shortfalls in cooked food, shortfalls in adequate shelter, shortfalls in water, shortfalls in rest and recuperation. There's tons of things that can go wrong on travels, guys. This is fantastic. And then the terrain modifier can modify the number of success levels that are required for the different tasks. This is awesome stuff.
It's fond memories of Legacy of the Christmas card.
Yeah. It's a neat middle ground between the high abstraction of the Uncharted Journeys system and a more crunchy travel mechanic.
Ah, nice.
Interesting. Yeah, and then the task, so the endeavors, travel endeavors include forage, haste, hunt or fish, map, navigate, scout, track, and water. Camp endeavors include cook, journal, make camp, map, navigate, recuperate, trap, and watch.
Nice, Rudy.
Just bear in mind, we should be okay because we're on the water. But
I don't know which way is north. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yep, that's great. Okay. There must be a skill that gives a benefit to, right? Is outdoor survival?
Maybe.
So it probably gives you +1 success level to your outdoor survival stuff on top of that ability.
Maybe, yeah.
Most of those talents have nested little success level bonuses in them.
Maybe navigation or something like that.
Oh, yeah, maybe if navigation is a separate one, then yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, navigation is, because it's a separate thing. Okay, so. Let's talk about, because the trip, and then hold on, the stages, let's see here. Is it supposed to be each day or each, or is it abstracted? Well, let's put it in each day. It's only 1 day travel, so by going down by river. So, but let's talk about the trip. Assuming you're heading to the Rasburgers as a destination, then what planning do you guys wish to do before you set out? outdoor survival and research are the two ones that are suggested.
I got a little bit of training and research.
Okay, and give us a challenging research check, please.
Okay, well, 40% chance here.
Yeah, don't worry.
Oh, outstanding.
Oh,
Here.
impressive.
It's impressive failure. Yeah. You want a fortune then?
Yeah, might as well. That down. I mean, I could roll worse.
Yep.
It's possible. That's not bad.
Okay. So you're doing exercising your modest research skills. Nothing of value has come up to thus
The
far.
librarians really don't like me in the temple today. He's like,
They keep hiding books.
motherfuckers.
Change the coding on the Dewey Decimal System. The rest of you guys, what do you think? Outdoor survival or research? Who's feeling quite? Are both of those basic skills?
Research is trained.
Advanced.
Outdoor survival is basic.
Okay,
Yeah.
Outdoor survival for me.
go right ahead.
Yeah,
It's challenging.
Yeah.
Challenging. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, it defaults to average, and you feel so good about things, and then you click on challenging. You think, no, no.
Ah, come on.
Nice. So Rudy's got 2.
Mine would be the same.
Oh,
So it is a critical success. Unfortunately, it is a 0 success levels.
You spend something to bump it up, right? It's a success, right?
He can spend 1 fortune to add a +1 success level.
sure.
Does
Okay.
that make it a crit? Yeah.
It makes crit. There's no impact of crit though.
No
Unfortunately,
impact.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
success levels what you're looking for here. The 1, 2. Let me think about that for a second here. So that'll be 4 total successes. So remember, you guys can use that to get me to re-roll a travel event on the course of the journey, or to re-roll any test that is taken as part of the journey endeavor or a camp endeavor. And that's as a party. So you have a pool of resources of 4 resources. It's a fortune you spent, right? Not fate?
Is it?
Fortune is
It's the big
yeah.
one.
Fortune's the temporary one. Fate's the big one.
It stops you dying, right?
Fate is last night.
Right.
I appreciate you taking the role. Normally it's me who has to fuck it up on Saturday morning, so good of you to take one for the team. Now, crit success. Let's see here. I think because Thognoth's had a bit of a tough ordeal thus far today, because he's lost some money. You know what I'm going to give you is, if you're asking about this stuff, you find a decent map of the area. You know, maybe there are dwarves who hired out to give some advice on silver mining and whatnot. What that'll give you is, for navigate endeavors, it'll give +2 success levels.
So we get some maps.
You get some maps. Yeah, so it'll give you, for success, for those, it'll be +2 success levels. So
I will make sure Rudy has the maps.
got it.
Right. Yeah. Which way round are these? Oh,
Our
yeah.
Pathfinder.
Oh god, there's rules for hunting in here too. Very cool.
Oh, I'm going to have to get that.
It looks like a pretty good.
Yeah, it's on my list.
Nice. It's tough with this one because they keep cranking out so many good source books so often, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Coming on there.
Hard to keep up with like what's in there, what little tools.
It's the only it's funny, when I was bringing out all the books, is because, you know, as they come in, I tend to go through and just try and flag for myself, like, okay, there's this thing in here, just keep it around in my mind if I look it up. There's other games where we play with, I've got like 3 books sitting out. This is one of those games where I'm like, well, we're bringing the library out, or a not insignificant amount of it, because
You could almost use like an index, like an overall index of subjects, you know, like on a journey, the following books would be handy. You know, this kind of a...
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do with throwing the PDFs into a large language model. and then asking
could-
questions.
yeah.
That's probably the way to do it.
What do you call it? Okay, so weather is. Oh, great. Okay, so there's the weather roll. There's the planning. I guess one thing to ask for you guys: does anyone own a tent?
I have a tent.
Nice.
Let's see.
So
Do
what-
not have one.
Having a tent makes the make camp endeavor become average instead of challenging.
Nice.
Food and water is fine. Clothing is fine. Packs and containers. You guys have plenty of water, right? Everyone's got a water skin of some kind. Okay. Ooh, that's for animals. Yeah, you guys aren't buying any horses or anything, so we'll leave that. Someone's got a tinderbox.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. This is great. They've also got like wilderness encounter tables as well that are different from the events from the core book. Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. Lots of options.
Does this game have its version of an owlbear? Because
it does not. It does not. Although not for I can't remember what they call it. It's not a howl bear, but there's a is it called a jackabear in RuneQuest? There's like it's effectively like their version of an owl bear, but it's got like a pumpkin for a head instead.
Yeah, Jackabear.
Jackabear, yeah. I've wanted to use a Jackabear because it looks great, but then I just fucking Glorantha. Like I'm not undertaking a bachelor degree in Gloranthan history just to run that fucking game. So then the trap planning has been done. Let's talk about your endeavors for the first day, guys. So you are going to be traveling in a boat with someone else navigating it, so the opportunity to forage and such is probably not going to be there. Haste is not really, unless you're rowing quickly, it's not going to be there. Navigate is not necessary. Mapping is something that, you know, because one of the things is it's easy to think of it as just like you hop on a river and you cruise down, but there are wreckers, there are all sorts of, sunken hazards and things like that that can be found. So it is, who wants to be the Dave for this campaign and give us some weather rolls?
I do worship a deity of related to weather.
Oh yeah,
and the
absolutely.
seas, so
Yeah, John.
Oh yeah, Telfer. And that goes really well. Yeah, your God loves you, don't they?
the fickle winds of Manon.
Give us a 4d10 roll, please, Talfer. Let's see how your weather's looking today. Okay. It's a hot day, no precipitation. It is misty. With a strong wind. So it is a misty, windy day, but it is hot with no rain.
Manon, put the pipe down.
All right, so...
Sounds like we're in a Louisiana swamp right now.
Oh, hey guys, anyone wish to give us a fishing check while you're on the boat? It is a outdoor survival test. So this is one of your endeavors you could take today. What it'll do is each success level feeds 2 people. Anyone with Hunter's Eye or Fisherman receives the usual bonus from the check. A Scout endeavor. Someone can take this. It is a perception check. Open-faced helms really help with that, I hear. On a success, you're given warning of any travel events. So that would be another one that you could do here. And... oh, and there is a water endeavor. which may seem, asinine if you're on a river, but what it is making sure you're purifying it. You're boiling it to death. So here's some of the ones that you could do for today. Map, water, scout to keep an eye out,
And fishing. Well, Rudy would seem to map. You want to do the map, Rudy? Since you're,
Okay, I'll go with that.
you have a talent for it, sir.
It'd be
You have a talent for it, sir.
So it's trade cartography or art drawing is the map endeavor. Anyone have that?
I've got the hunter's eye as well, just by the by.
Hunter's eye would help with fishing.
Okay. I don't think I've got fishing.
Outdoor. You don't have outdoor survival?
Oh, outdoor survival. I do have that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can do the maps. Was it?
You've got trade cartography or art drawing.
No, I've got none of that.
Okay, so those are the map skills.
Oh, okay. Forget that. I'll do the outdoor survival.
Okay. Who's good with perception?
Oh,
I'm pretty good at scout.
okay.
Okay.
45 I am.
So scouting,
Nice,
fishing,
good.
Thognoth, and Talther. What do you guys think?
Is there any special skill needed for the boiling of the water?
Nah, not for this way. You guys are just going to dip something in and treat it. It's just taking time.
Okay. Dognath stays away from the water. That's a good idea with his armor, so I can handle the water.
You guys can double up on the fishing too. You're in a river, so if someone else wants to fish as well, it's an outdoor survival check.
Yeah. Maybe Thognoth will pitch in on the fishing.
Okay.
Is it challenging for the fishing in the river?
It is challenging, but because of where you are,
I'm just fishing for a bonus.
it is a +1 success level because of your fishing in the river.
And I'm assisting. Does that add 10?
You don't
Is that
assist.
how it
You make a
works?
separate roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. So
Okay.
I go.
And then Alwyn, you're giving us a perception check, please. Challenging.
Okay.
Look at
Oh,
that.
you know what? Though, hold on. Alwyn, because it's misty, you're taking a penalty.
Oh,
I might be able to help with that. It's a 50% shot, but I have a pouch of sacred salts that can be thrown into sea or river fog and reduce the severity.
Oh, what do you think? Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a 50-50 chance it's going to work. It's just I have to make the roll.
Up to you,
Mist
yeah.
gives -1 success level.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a decent amount of it, so
Okay, go ahead.
I'll just roll a 1d2. Say 2 works.
Okay.
Hey.
no.
Okay, so
I
they
rebuke the mist.
nice. And is there some kind of invocation to Manon that you invoke?
Let's see. Yeah, I'll just say a prayer to Manon and then fling the salt out. Here's the text on how it works.
That's fantastic. Yeah, so you guys actually have a clear day. A little windy, but otherwise good. All right, so then, sorry, Rudy and
So that's
was that your fishing roll there?
Yeah. No, that was me perception. So I'm going to try that again.
Okay.
Let's try that again. So, oof, it's getting worse.
That missed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I got some salt in his eyes.
Yeah, Rudy, it looks like your talent adds 1 to perception tests, successful perception tests right there. It's got the talent field.
Yeah, I think Rudy just fishing though.
Yeah, Rudy's fishing.
Or whatever he's. Oh, you were
I'm
just
dedicated to the fishing. I've done well with the fishing though. Look at that. I got 3 + 1.
So
4.
3. That means you're feeding 6 people. So like everyone on board, no one needs to use rations for today from Rudy. Thognoth, we'll see how you do.
You said we add 1 to success level, Kevin. Is that right? Fishing.
Food acquired through hunting or fishing will have to be cooked with the cook endeavor in order to avoid the risk of contracting the galloping trots.
Excellent. Oh, we've arrived at Warhammer at last. Right.
It's very good. I brought some digestive tonics just in case.
It's a challenging test, Thognoth, challenging outdoor survival.
Okay. And did you tell Rudy there was some adjustment or no?
A +1 success level.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
I think we know what Alwyn's been distracted by now because Thognoth is inventing wild new curses about his lure.
Yeah.
Rudy, did that 3 include your +1 success level?
No.
Nice, you got 4. So 8. All right. You guys will be camping on the side of the river for...
Anybody cook?
So the camp endeavors
Not in this game.
Let's see here. Cook uses trade, cook, or outdoor survival. It's easier if you're a cook. So outdoor survival can be used for the cook endeavor. And I have terrific news. There is a critical fail table. You could journal, which is keeping a detailed event of what you've done. You must possess the read-write talent in order to take this, so I don't know if that excludes anybody. You make camp, which becomes average with your tent there, Alwyn. Recuperate, which allows you to get rid of any fatigue conditions. And remember, you're going to gain a fatigue condition unless you succeed at a hard endurance test by taking 2 endeavors. Trap, which allows you to set trap test. Anyone got set trap as a skill?
Yep.
So you could set trap to try and get something for breakfast. Each success level gets food enough for a single person. And then the watch endeavor. And what that does... Oh, but we need to roll an event for the day. Hold up as well. And... it just means that someone's keeping watch. Okay.
Right.
So then, let's talk about your event. This was to be just a travel event, not a wilderness event for today. So... Let's see here. Who was our scout? That was Rudy. So
It was me.
yeah,
That was Alwyn.
Was it? Oh,
or Alwyn. Sorry. Alwyn. I was thinking Rudy or thinking Alwyn and said Rudy. Alwyn, give us a D10 roll, please.
D10 is a 7.
Okay. So as long as you don't roll a 7, you'll be okay.
Traveling bandits.
Oh man.
Poised for a reroll here, but go on.
You can. So that is true. You guys could cash. You got 4 rerolls or things. So this would be during the day. The event is not them again. A rival or other source of annoyance plagues the characters on their journey. Play this for laughs, but make them genuinely annoyed and a recurring minor bane in the characters' lives. So,
Is it Orhar?
you could spend one of those 4 to re-roll, if you'd like.
Is that 4 for just today or for the whole journey?
For the entire journey.
Yeah.
To get to the Rasburgers.
Kind of enjoy the drama sometimes, so I'm fine with sticking with it.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, you guys are good?
Go for it.
Okay.
Come on, annoy us.
So then, let me think of who it would be on the river. I think... it is merchants working with Orhar who have come upon you guys and where you were camping this evening. They, knowing that you are outside of this, have camped fairly near you. And the hard looks that you are getting from them suggest that, because I imagine they're sort of like places where the boat folk sort of stop in the middle of the day so they can rest, or sort of stop in the evening so they can rest. And actually, this is at the end of this, because it's only a day's journey to get from Salzenmund to Oldenleeds. So this is in Oldenleeds, I think, is when you guys are arriving and finding a whole bunch of Orhar's people ready to cause you problems. So you will not need to, you will need to cook the fish you caught. So someone will need to do that. But I don't think you're going to need to worry about making camp. But it seems that Orhar's people know that you are back in Oldenleeds. So let me bring you guys over here. What do you guys intend? Go ahead, John.
I'm kind of curious what happened. This happened in the last 2 weeks since we were gone.
Well, Katerina has a temple that is being... Oh, there she is. Grab the wrong tokens here. Hold up.
I mean, like with the exploration of the ruins beneath the city.
Who are you going to go to find that out?
I don't know if we should, though. I don't know if Zakon's been successful or Haller's been successful, or it just like Talthir is at the back of his mind. He wasn't even worried about it, but when he sees the Orhar's people, he's like, "Oh yeah,
yeah." So
it was drama we left.
As you're arriving in, this would have been a lot. Hold on. So this event would have happened along the way. So I think that your boat that you're on, the one operated by Johan, was overtaken by an elven, not a like ship, but just a boat, and it will be traveling faster than what you guys are. The way that they talk about you in Elven makes you think that they are not happy, and they arrive. I think that you're going to have no difficulty finding a place to make birth, but it does seem as if there are a number of conspicuous elves who are keeping watch for when you arrive. And as you guys are offloading and getting ready to go to wherever you're intending on staying, where do you want to stay for the evening? Do you want to stay in with the followers of Shaliites while they in their camp, or you want to make your own camp? What are you thinking?
You know, priests of Shalia have this kind of like built-in like don't mess with us because the gods will curse you thing. I think staying with them would be the best thing to shield us from elven animosity. What
text are you reading about Shalia, the Lady of Mercy, where it says don't fuck with us or we'll hurt you?
Katarina's like, people don't attack priests of Shalia for specific reasons, so I'm like, maybe hanging out with them is a good idea.
We should hang out with anybody who can cook. That's what I'm saying. I could ask them. All right, you lot. Can any of you cook? And I'll shove like half a dozen 8 fish and say, I've got dinner.
I know.
Okay. Let's see how long the food lasts.
I like your idea, Talfa. Sort of like,
yeah, I mean, after all the deference the people in the bar fight showed Katarina and then jumped in to help out, I'm like, that's a big impression on Talthir.
Yeah.
Besides, I've seen what those elven arrows can do in the hands of Alwyn. I'd hate to see what they do in actual elven hands.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Okay. So you can't, unless cooking is not preserving. So if you're cooking something, you got to eat it fresh. So
these are fresh.
What that means is none of you guys have to make use of any of your rations for the day, and you'll be able to feed 4 more for it. So if you're looking to ingratiate yourself with the Shaliites, then that's where you guys will be staying. So we'll leave for what's going on with the Shaliites for when Carl's back next. We'll roleplay that there, but what do you guys want to do with your time in? We're going to keep all the things that we've rolled as part of the journey, but you can pause it for as long as you like in Oldenleeds. What do you guys want to do?
I'd like to check in with those elves if I can find them.
With Zakon's group or Orhar's?
Zakon's.
Okay.
Because they gave us sort of well, sort of contact details, I guess, if we came back, just to see if they know anything of mutants out the way we're going, if they've seen anything, heard anything, know anything about the families.
Okay.
Try and touch base with them.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys? Anything you want to do in Olden Leeds?
I think Thognoth will take a peek in the infamous tavern that he had some trouble in and see if he sees any familiar faces.
You really that eager to give him your money?
What are you?
I will introduce you to the concept of a book of grudges that needs tending.
And if I'm honest, I do have find thugs that robbed Thognoth as a short-term goal of mine. So if he says he's going there,
you and me both, my friend. You and me both.
Hey, find, not fight. Find.
Well, there's differences then. We have differences and similarities.
And what about you, Rudy?
Well, let's just see how much money I've got, because I put some away, but I got some.
Yeah.
Thognoth,
maybe we should leave some of our coin with maybe Alwyn, just in case.
Yeah. I was going to... Oh, it's 4 gold coins. I was going to say I could buy a bow here. I've got the sudden feeling, all these elves, I fancy getting my bow, but no, don't worry about it. Yeah, I think I'm with Alwyn. I think I'm going to try and find out a bit about what's going on around here.
Okay.
So a bit of carousing. I'll come with you, Thognoth.
Go to the tavern too. I mean, I know the tavern maybe suit Alvin's purposes too. I'm not sure where exactly Alvin would go, but Alwyn would go.
Good place to start. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can come to the tavern with you first.
Yeah. We'll start with the mug as a party, maybe.
Okay.
For a few different purposes, but still as a party.
All right, my coin's going in my boot then.
Because you've been traveling all day, then I will need a hard. What is it? Hard endurance test from everybody, please.
Oh, that's me. Hard is -20. Sheesh.
Remember, there's things like sturdy may give you a bonus to your success levels too.
Oh, no. So
Just double check and see what. Okay, Talther is fatigued. Alwyn is fatigued.
Hard.
Sturdy is for strength.
Oh, it's only for strength? Okay.
Yeah, good thought though.
Rudy?
Been rolling like a god this evening.
Oh. Hope you got some.
All right, everyone.
And Thognoth is ready. Okay. So the two of you guys are fine. Talther and Alwyn, you want to spend any fortune to re-roll? You take the fatigue condition.
Is there any penalty for failing worse?
No, I mean, if you roll a critical failure, I'm sure I can come up with something funny, but...
Okay, I'll roll again.
Yeah, I'm going to try again.
Okay.
There we go.
It's slightly worse.
Okay. So, Alwyn, you are the only one a little exhausted by this, and you guys make your way back down to the sketchy tavern once again. Let me, here, I think there's a chance.
So, what, do you recommend the beer here? What's it like? You've been here before? Is it all right?
I reckon that you only drink what you get directly from the bartender.
All right, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, Thognoth, would you give us a perception check, please? At average.
Okay.
We'll assume you have your helm off as well.
Yeah, I was just you took the words right out of my mouth. Hang on a second. Okay. All right, here it comes.
Nice. Okay. First, everyone give us a consume alcohol check, please.
Lovely.
And this is at
nice.
average, I think.
What's fatigue effect, Kev? Does it come into any of these?
Good question. Let me grab my... It's on the
Can't
GM
remember
screen.
which.
After having some of that fancy alcohol from the Wave Lord, Talther's like,
It's funny how you say, how does fatigue affect? And everyone thinks, oh, I know the answer, but no, it's for like 4 other games. It's not this one.
Exactly.
It's minus 10.
Minus 10 to all tests per fatigue condition to a max of minus 30.
All tests.
All tests.
Okay. So,
All right.
Yeah. Except for falling asleep.
Hell yeah, Rudy. Plink.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
There we go, Alwyn.
Just kick it in.
Yeah. I think
Pick up, mate.
Boy, Alwyn, it's just compounding over there.
so.
Yeah. Have
another one, Owen. Go on, get it down.
The guy that was yawning is now dozing.
Oh yeah. For each test you fail, suffer minus 10 penalty to weapon skill, ballistic skill, agility, dex, and int to a max of minus 30. After you fail a number of tests equal to your toughness bonus, you are stinking drunk, and we get to go to a fun table.
We're well off yet. Well off that yet.
Okay. So Alwyn is a little... the beers are definitely hitting him harder, but Thognoth, your focus is just, to a fucking needle's point.
It's keeping me alert is what it's doing. It's yeah. Oh wait, no, that's not him. No, that's not him.
You are fairly confident with that many successes that they are not here this evening.
The barmaid. No, she wasn't. No, it wasn't female. No.
But you are correct, Rudy. Carouse is... Hold on, where is it? Where's the... I think it's Charm.
Oh, you're pushing me.
Is that right? Hold up.
Yeah, could be
there's
charm.
something. There might be.
But you got some charm.
There's gossip. There's a gossip
Gossip's
skill.
what I'm thinking of. Yep, gossip.
Oh,
Nice.
trying to find out information. That's right, isn't it? Yeah.
It's sweet gossip skill.
What I'll let you do is one person will make the roll, and they'll get +3. I think it's +3 success level, right? +1 for every person helping.
Got a 44 in gossip.
Oh, nice.
Here.
Bit of a chinwag.
What do I have? Oh yeah, I'm a 12. Never mind.
No, I'm not far behind at all.
It's better like if you ask them and then you succeed, it's great. If you don't succeed, then I can intimidate them. Maybe come in from the rear and
Well, it does mean you would need to help, right?
No.
And it's not really the way intimidate would work.
I was just kind of kidding.
But
Really,
I take your point, yeah.
I'm too busy looking faces. I'm checking every face like 3 times.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to have, if you're helping with this, with gossip, you need to have at least 1 advance in the skill. Does anyone not have advances in gossip? Thognoth is not. Okay, so Thognoth is busy eyeballing the crowd.
Yep.
Don't you start a fight while we're doing
And he gives a
this.
+10. It doesn't give success levels, it gives a bonus to the test. So who is taking the lead on gossip then?
I think we thought Taltha was.
Talther?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Talther gained +20 to your roll, and
Nice.
it is otherwise challenging.
So I can just roll average then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just nice one. Go on.
Oh, come on! I am out of points too.
Are you?
He blew through a lot of narrative metacurrency in the fight with
I only had
Skaven.
2.
Yeah, no, the reason you're down so low is
permanent
because of that war with a Skaven. All right, so what were you asking about?
Just I think
You know what I'll allow? Hold on, John. I'm going to let Rudy or Alwyn spend their fortune because they're helping you on this, so I'm okay with them spending for a reroll for you, if you want.
Okay.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Will you do it? Okay.
I will do that then. There you go.
Nice.
Go. Okay. So let's see. Give me 3 questions. What are you asking about?
Okay. Well, obviously the one
I'll
thing
answer
we're here
ye
for,
these questions 3.
we are here to find those thugs. So maybe that old man who was working with them. So see if anybody has seen them or know where they are.
So what is your question? I heard a lot of dissembling there, young man.
Oh, you want an actual question? Okay.
Yes.
Do I remember what these guys look like?
No. 2 more questions.
Okay. Okay, so I'll describe
That's
that
not
old
one of your
man.
questions, John.
I'll describe that old man and ask if anybody knows if he's been about or whereabouts he is.
You're asking about, sorry?
The old man that spiked our drinks. Well, not old man, but the older man.
Oh, okay.
I want to ask if anybody knows has seen him or knows where he is?
They have not. No, they don't know who you're.
Okay.
It's a scruffy-looking old guy in this place describes about 25% of the clientele. So
Okay.
that's 2 more questions.
What's been happening in the city since the collapse of the buildings?
There has been one of the local merchants, Anderhart, has been donating a great deal to try and rebuild for those who were affected. He has been quite helpful, and rumor is that there are whatever seismic event caused this stuff to happen. It also led to some opening up of some elven ruins down below. It's well known that this place was built on the ruins of an old elvish settlement, and there seems to be a pretty keen interest in gaining access to that place among a lot of different folks. 1 more question.
And Rudy, you gave me a fortune point. Do you want to ask the question, or do you want me to just find out more about the elven ruins?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I was gonna focus more on sort of like dangerous mutant activity around here.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. I'll ask about the mutants because that's
All right.
you're supposed to do it. We'll say, has there been any kind of rising threats in the area about mutants
So
or things
just
of that
a
nature?
reminder, guys, Old Leeds is like a day's travel away from the coaching inn, which itself is like a day or 2 away from the lands of the Dernbachs and the Kreuzfeld. So it's
okay. So
it's quite and this place also, like, it has a lot of interactions with a lot of the different regions. The streets are filled with turnips because of the halfling turnip farms in the northern part of here. There's also the elves that are coming by. So it just means that there's a lot of the likelihood of getting some useful intel about that. You're better serviced with a gossip roll at the coaching inn. So
Gotcha.
I'll assume you remember your character was aware of that. So do you have one other thing you want to ask about?
But do you guys have anything?
You did expect that the Sigmarites were coming here. This would be their staging ground for it. So.
Oh yeah, I'll ask about. Somebody noticed Sigmarites and what they're doing or where they are.
There are. They came in with a great pomp. There are 6 knights and a priest and a witch hunter who arrived. I don't know what it has to do with, but I suspect. Rumor was that there was that corrupt priest who was murdered going out to the Silver Hills. And rumor is that they may either be on the search for the murderers or trying to reestablish themselves out there. Whatever the reason, they seem to have set themselves up at a local Sigmarite a merchant who venerates Sigmar above all other gods, and they have set themselves up there. But they, it's not something you see every day. 6 fully, decked out Knights of Sigmar.
Interesting. Okay. Wonder if we should go check or meet up with them while they're in town. Maybe not tonight, of course.
Alwyn's still in pretty good shape. He's only getting
the night's young. Let's go and get him a drink.
Oh,
Yeah, after drinking the Wave Lord's alcohol, the Talther's like, this stuff is not that strong, so he's feeling like some more consumed alcohol would be
okay.
in line. What do you think, Dognoth? More ale?
Of course.
So 3 brass for your first drink, guys.
Okay.
All right.
Drink number 2.
What's silver to brass? What was it again?
12.
12 pennies to 1
12
shilling.
And to a shilling.
20 shillings to a crown.
A pound.
Is that right?
6,
Yeah.
18.
To a pound, yeah. She's an old hat for the Brits in the group. Oh, my.
I do actually remember that currency. I remember the decimalization that took place.
Oh, yeah.
I'll buy your ale, Rudy.
Oh, all right, that's very kind.
Is that where, like, the D's and the S's come in the rulebook?
That's
Graham?
right, D's a penny.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Cool.
But keep your eye open, Rudy, for the ones we want, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Everyone want to give us a consume alcohol check for drink number 2?
Oh, you're making us do it again. Oh.
Well, yeah, it's every drink. Oh, I got a good one this time.
Okay. Talther's feeling it.
I can't keep it up.
I'm gonna lean over to Thognoth and tell him I think the guys that got your gold decided to move on with a better life and have probably left town.
They could come in any moment.
Yeah, they're not going to.
Thognoth, are you down any resolve right now? Or whatever the temporary resilience resolve thing is?
No, I have 1 resilience and 1 resolve currently.
Okay. I think with the consume alcohol, that crit would have given you
Nice.
fiery purpose.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a core skill for dwarves. I mean, consuming alcohol.
absolutely, there's an old saying among dwarves: "In vino veritas."
Indeed. I mean, between alcohol being a core skill and he's tending his book of grudges, he's looking sharp right now.
Absolutely, yeah. How did Alwyn's holding his booze?
Nice.
First drink went right to his head. Second one is just fine.
Keeping it
Talther.
together.
Yeah.
All right. Then if why doesn't Thognoth? You know what you spy because you were keeping an eye out earlier. You do notice that there are 2 elves in here, and you're not 100% sure, but you're fairly certain. I mean, they all look fairly similar to you, but you're fairly certain that you spied at least one of them in Orhar's shop before.
I'll say to my crew at a lower level, there were no elves in that group that took us down, right? I mean, it's pretty obvious, but he's just, trying to cross off all.
No.
I think one of those elves was one of Orhar's in the shop. Look over there. In the
I
corner.
rolled a pretty impressive failure on their effort to try and remain inconspicuous, so you can obviously tell, all of you, that if you look over, that they're keeping an eye on you. What, if anything, do you guys wish to do?
Our reputation precedes us.
Well, I mean, it was here before we got back, so
Your
kind
reputation.
of left it to get back.
I think he takes Rudy's comment as he's pleased.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, unless there's anything else you guys wish to do, it is a otherwise uneventful evening at the pub.
Yeah.
You guys make your way back to the Shallion encampment without incident, although you can tell you are being followed by the elves. They are definitely keeping an eye out to see what you are doing. Alwyn, something to bear in mind if you wish to tomorrow do anything different. But you guys are able to get a good night's sleep. You can clear your fatigue condition. Alwyn?
Nice.
And everyone's intoxicated condition likewise. Talther and Alwyn. What do you guys wish to do with your next day? You need not pay for your lodgings with the Shallyites.
All right, yeah.
Oh,
I guess we need to meet up and see what the schedule is for leaving this place.
Yeah.
you get,
Check with the
Sigmarites.
Sigmarites. Yeah. Good call.
I'm gonna get my ceremonial robes on while meeting with them because I'm representing the clergy here.
Okay. And, I need 1 second here.
wonder, are these robes bulky enough that they can go over my armor? Just got leather.
Can the robes go over your armor?
Yeah, I'm wondering.
I don't
if
think they're designed to. They're
okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can look like, you know, you're
'Cause
wearing
I'm
armor
definitely
underneath your
not-
robes, but
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to wear my ceremonial robes out in combat, but you know, if it's something I got to take my armor off for, then,
intentionally.
Yeah.
Intentionally. You're not going to wear
Yeah,
your
intentionally. I
ceremony-
mean, 1 point of armor is not going to make a difference a lot. My toughness is going to be more than that.
You know what you need to get is, I hear that Astarte's power armor is pretty good. That could give you some benefit. Okay, so then let me see if I've got images here. Oh, okay, I've scrolled way the heck down. There we go. Oh, I found some TIE fighters, guys. Good news. There we go. Ooh. Okay. I'm just going to get 2 handouts ready here. Anything else you guys wish to do today? And if, like, for instance, do you wish to try and meet up with Zakon, Alwyn?
I think it's going to cause more problems than than benefits. I think I might see if I can spot these elves again before making the decision. Can I see anyone?
Yeah, give us a challenging.
Spying on us.
This will be contested, so challenging perception, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Just.
You cannot see anyone following you. Does not mean that they are not there. Just means that you cannot.
Yeah, but they were there last night. They followed us back to where we were staying.
Yeah.
That was obvious. No, I don't think he'll risk it. I'm not convinced that they'll have much information, so I don't want to make it any harder on ourselves.
Okay. All right, give me a sec here. I thought that
Usually a good idea to not get involved in, you know, racial tensions between elves.
yeah.
So as a player, I tend to sign more with dwarves than elves anyway.
Wise choice.
Well, yeah, of course.
I mean, who doesn't enjoy doing a Scottish accent? Come on.
Yeah. And they got the best armor. Elves are light and lithe and whatever, but you need some hardy, sturdy planks of steel between you and the weapons.
Heck yeah.
More
Wisdom.
down. Yeah. Well, closer to the earth.
Besides, meat is better than wine any day.
I mean, meat is made from honey.
Well,
So-
yeah, but
Ale or beer would likely be a more dwarven and tough guy drink.
yeah, like whiskey. So
Yeah. It's like iron brew.
Exactly. The famous dwarven drink.
Made from, yeah, because, you know.
I can't remember if I told you this, but I had a colleague, like a former colleague, and a friend who was running a marathon in Edinburgh a couple weeks ago. And I sent her a text message because she says, like, oh, I'm in Edinburgh right now. I'm like, oh, it's awesome. Have an iron brew for me. And then I set my phone aside. And then like an hour later, I was like, oh, fuck. I'm like, no, don't have one. She's like, too late.
It'll kill you.
It's not. Nay, good. Okay, sorry. I thought I had. Give me a sec here. I thought I had an image loaded, and I apparently did not.
My stepdaughter drinks iron brew like a fish, by the way. I don't know how she does it.
Oh, tougher lass than I. My goodness.
I don't think I've ever had the opportunity.
It honestly tastes
No,
like.
me neither.
It's kind of like. Yeah, don't definitely, but it is kind of like carbonated Gatorade.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a like you can find tons of it in every Tesco in Scotland. It is a cultural staple.
Okay. I'm just looking it up on Google.
Yeah, IRNBRU. Anbru.
Brew. Let's stick with the whiskey, actually.
Well, it's just, I'm sure like it's got the same thing. Like Dr. Pepper, I'm sure is just fucking revolting to certain people, right? I love Dr. Pepper. I think it's a great thing, but I imagine it's the distinct flavor of it must be revolting to some folks. Or Mountain Dew. What is the flavor of Mountain Dew? It's the flavor of Mountain Dew. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Pleasant tasting chemicals, I suppose.
Exactly. It could be said for many things. So I'm just gonna get.
I used to drink like Mountain Dew, like water, when I was like 18, 19, and 20, and I was like, nope, I got away from that.
Yeah. Wow.
Ugh. It was great when I did it. Now I'm like, no thanks.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I thought dagnabbit, I've saved. Okay, so I don't have an image for our Priest of Sigmar right now, and I'm not going to waste more of our last couple of. Oh, we're almost done the session anyway. Jeez. So we'll have you meet up with one of them. So Alwyn, you met with. Let's see here. You saw no one that was there. Are you intending on going with Talther to the meeting with the Sigmarite and the Witch Hunter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Then, Talther, what's your thought? How is everyone else presenting when they head over to meet with the Sigmarite contingent?
I see, I saw Talther kind of get all spruced up, so Thognoth will like straighten his helm, or it's probably on his belt. He'll try to pull everything tight and taut, out of respect of.
It's his axe, definitely that would draw the most attention, probably. Like it's got to be
definitely.
Anybody who knows anything about weaponry would know the look of Gromrel, right?
Yeah.
So
it'll be sticking up. It's hard to miss because he's got it on his back.
Yeah, like a standard.
Hey, Thognoth, you'll like this. One of the strictures of Sigmar is aid dwarf folk, never do them harm.
Yep. His I can't remember what his Kazan or something like that is the name of his hammer. Sigmar's hammer was a gift from the dwarves.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And it was, I believe, after his apotheosis or death, I believe it was returned.
Mirage, Skull Splitter.
Yeah, it was returned to the dwarves as well.
I think Rudy's going to be just. I think he's going to probably not take a lead, but I think he's going to really work hard to just look calm, professional, together, controlled, confident. He's going to just give an air of calm confidence.
Talther will tell Rudy that one of the big things about the Sigmarites is you want to show no indication that you're disloyal to the Empire. They take that very seriously.
Oh, no. Yeah, good one.
Okay, so I'm going to put in chat the number of travel successes you guys have banked, just so we remember that.
Yeah, up the Empire.
And I think what we'll do, guys, is we'll say, because we've got 7 minutes left, I'm going to load the images and whatnot between now and next session. We'll have an opportunity for when both Talther and Katarina, because Carl, I think, is back next session. So that way you guys can role play through with them. Or are you gone next session?
I might be on vacation next session.
Next session will be the 21st. Nope. Yeah, 21st.
I will be on. I'll be driving back at that day.
So. Oh, okay.
And I'm out of town.
Oh, yeah, right. You got the con.
Might have to do a pickup game, so we're all here on the 28th.
I'm in San Diego seeing Mom.
Oh, nice. Nice. I thought you said, 5th. When you said San Diego last night.
Last night, yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll play it by ear. But in any event, we are out of time. So everyone gets the usual 100 XP for the session. And I will say to those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us. Next session, guys, is session 40 of this campaign. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the game, or the campaign, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where all of us are active, and we have a channel there dedicated to the many Warhammer games we run on the channel. There's also Find a Group, GM discussion, virtual tabletop chat, convention chat. A terrific, knowledgeable, helpful, and friendly community over there. You're more than welcome to join us. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. Like, oh, I don't know, guys, can you think of any hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs that they may have on offer?
Hey, what about the Dark Eye?
The Dark Eye is a terrific example of that. Ulysses Spiela's The Dark Eye, or any other hard-to-find and out-of-print RPG that you may be interested in. If they do not have something in stock, you can often put it on a want list. They'll send you an email when it comes in, and if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code MuserNight. It's listed down below, all in caps, all one word. It'll change as of July 15, but that will save you 10% on any purchase of $10 or more through their website. If you want to know what the current, if you're listening to this after July 15, 2025, just come back to one of our more recent videos and you'll see what the current discount code is there. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart, grim and perilous heroes. So Darren, Graham, Sean, and John, thank you so much for playing tonight, guys. That was great. We got you two Olden leads. We got to start fucking around with the travel rules. I love justifying a purchase, so that's doubly good. All right, then we'll be back in 2 weeks' time, but until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes are encountering as they plan to throw themselves back into the belly of the beast, where mutants reign supreme. Wait a minute. Guys, I may have read ahead a little bit. But we'll be back then. Until then, we hope, till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.